So this is Keller Snail's Assassins of the Sea. It is a deck building game, which means that both players start with a starter deck, and over the course of the game, they can buy cards from the market to build a stronger deck. The goal of this game is twofold. First, to discover what these groups of peptides are, and second, to feed and care for your snails. And by feeding them different kinds of prey, they produce different peptides that you draw from your peptide pile. The winner of the game is the scientist who determines what these peptides are and gets their snails to produce these peptides. To start off, you will receive 10 starter cards. You'll know they're starters because they have a blue S in the corner. You shuffle those 10, draw the first 5, and then begin. You'll also always have a basic prey card. The basic prey card, it can be attacked by any snail as long as you discard a card, but those will not get you a peptide. So to move the game forward, you want to focus on the prey that will get you a peptide. In this case, I notice that I have a worm and I have a fish. And when I look at my hand, I can see that I have a snail that eats fish. So I put this card into play. Since this is a turn-based game, this would now be, after one action, the other player's turn. But for demonstration purposes, I will now feed this fish to the snail. When I look at the card, I notice that the prey has a resistance of 3, and my snail has an attack value of 2. So I need to boost the attack value up. And to do that, I can look at my cards, and on the upper right side, you'll see there is a lightning bolt and a number, and those numbers can be used to boost the energy. When you do that, you'll see that you can add as many on as you need to. For this prey, I only need to add 1, and so I will do that now. Here, the 1 plus the 2 is equal to the 3, so I can attack this. When you use an instant card to boost energy, you do not get to take the action. However, there are 2 exceptions. With potency, which is both in your starter deck and available in the market, and starvation, only these 2 cards can be used when attacking. For this one, now that it's strong enough, I can read my action, and it says, if a snail feeds on this prey, you may peek at a peptide. To peek at a peptide, only I get to see it, not the other player. It also says, reveal a peptide from the first cabal. That means everybody can see it. Now that I've done that, I get to take a fed token, and I get to, down here, this question mark means that this snail produces random peptides. Since I have revealed a delta, I would like to have a delta on here, but because this is a question mark, I can only take an upside down peptide, which is an omega, not the delta I hoped for. Now I will discard the card that I used to boost the energy. I will discard the prey that I successfully attacked, and I will draw a new prey. It is now the other player's turn. I'm going to buy something from the market. During this time, you'll see there is a cost on the upper left side of each card in the market. All of your cards, starter cards, and the cards you purchase from the market have a value of 1. So if I want to buy this starvation card, which has a cost of 1, then I'm going to discard 1 card, take my starvation, and it goes in my discard pile. Okay. So it's my turn again, and I am now going to play this snail that eats worms. That would be the end of my turn, but again, since I'm just demoing, I would now want to feed that snail this worm, but I realize that my attack value is 2, and my resistance is 3, and the card that I have left doesn't allow me to boost my energy at all. So I'm going to feed it a basic prey. When you feed it a basic prey, the basic prey card never leaves. But now I just say, I'm going to feed it a basic prey. I discard, and I take a fed token. Now, for the first time you play this game, I've played through the first 5 of my starter cards, and now I pick up the next 5 of my starter cards. I don't refresh the market, I don't take off my Fed chips, but I do pick up the next 5 starter cards. After I've played all of these starter cards, then at that time I will replace all of the market with a fresh market, remove my Fed chips, and any of my snails that haven't been fed will get a hibernating token. To wake up a snail that's hibernating, again, you have to burn a card. It doesn't have to have a lightning bolt, and in fact, it can be a snail, it can be any card, but you have to burn a card just to wake it up. If at the end of a round you have a snail that is hibernating, at the end of the round, then the snail dies. And when it dies, then it loses its peptides and it gets put into the discard pile. Go ahead. Okay. Now I'm starting the second round of play, and moving forward, they will only ever have 5 cards. After you play through the 5, then you will discard them, draw from your draw pile, and if there aren't any in your draw pile, you will shuffle and take the top 5. So now we're several rounds in, and I would like to extract a cabal using the 2 peptides on this snail and 1 of the peptides on this snail. To extract a cabal, first you must burn a card. I'm going to burn a snail card because it doesn't have to have any energy. Then I'm going to remove the peptides that I want to submit, and I say I have an alpha, omega, and mu, and there's an alpha, omega, and mu. Now these are extracted, and as I was the first one to extract it, I get to take a card directly from the market into my hand.